Welcome students, welcome to Community Health Nursing. So in the last two classes we were discussing regarding some of the social issues which can affect the health and development of ourselves and our family. So we have discussed regarding women empowerment. We have discussed regarding women abuse, child abuse. So today we are going to discuss regarding elderly abuse, otherwise old age abuse. It is also one of the social issues which should be handled because it can also affect the health and development of a family and even ourselves. So already this topic I have discussed in detail in one of the previous unit. Even the notes also I have given during that time. So let us just have a discussion regarding old age abuse. In any other abuse, as I have told, if it is women abuse, if it is child abuse, if it is elderly abuse, the types of abuses are the same. Like they can be physically abused, they can be psychologically abused, they can be financially abused, they can be sexually abused. All these forms are the same. But still senior citizens, they are actually one of the vulnerable group, same like our under 5 children. Even under 5 children, they are also very vulnerable because they have not yet developed into an adult. They are in their growing stage. At the same way, old age means they are senior citizen. So they have been already lived for their family and for their country for almost 60 years, and this is their retirement life, or it is their time to have little time for themselves, to be in peace, to be in happiness, to enjoy the liberty of the old age. But still it is a pathetic condition that there are various abuses even against the elderly population also. So there are even some myth factors also against growing older population. Like usually people used to tell that old age people, they are very unfit and they are mentally ill, they cannot concentrate, they are confused always, they are physically not fit. It is not like that. We have already discussed some of the myth factors of old age. I hope you all remember. All old age people have alike needs. All their needs are same. So usually we used to tell in old age what they need. They just need some food, medicine and clothes. But it is not like that. Their needs are also same like other individuals. They also need love, affection, care, all these things they also need really. Then we used to have some myth factors like all people, they really they cannot there is no need for them to be happy always. There is no need to learn them new things. There is no need for them to buy any new products. They can just use the old things. There are so many myth factors like older people, they like to be always alone, they would like to be always in prayers, they like to be always in a silent room, they just cannot adjust with others. We cannot teach any new things to old people. These are all myth factors. One of the best example which I can tell you, like maybe many of us have our grandparents in our houses. Even in this old age, if you teach them how to handle an Android phone, really they will be picking up a lot and they will be so happy to learn the new things. Like in their generation, they have never been used mobiles even. So nowadays we all are having Android mobiles. So they don't know how to attend a call. They don't know how to text to others. They don't know how to surf in the internet. They don't know how to enjoy a video in a mobile phone. So if all these things, if we new generation people, if really teach them, they can really adopt and they can also be into our high-tech time. So it is not that anything which they cannot do. So these are all some of the myth factors that old age people should be like this and they cannot be like that. It is nothing ruled like that. It is always, we can tell that old age people, they are also having enough experience in their life, and they can also enjoy all the liberty whatever the other individuals they really need. Moreover, they expect and they really need much more care, love and affection, because all their 60 years they have been working for their family and for their country, and it's a time for us to give something back to them. So old age care is having much more importance. So some of the abuses against old age, which is, first is physical abuse, as we all know. That means physically beating them, physically we are beating, or we are making them to fall down, we are pushing them. So physically if we are harassing. Next is psychological or emotional abuse. That means just by using through some words we prick their feelings, or we are blackmailing through some of the things. So emotionally we are abusing them, or just by looking them at, staring at them, or just irritating them by harsh looking, the way of your walk, your disrespect towards them. So psychological abuse. Next is financial abuse. So financial abuse, as we all know, like some examples which I can tell is old age people, many of them they have pension, old age pension they have. Some of them they may have retired from very good post in the government, so they have pension by their own from the government. So all this type of financial things, and the income which is coming from their family, that is from their own field, what they were doing hard work for the whole life. So we are not at all, if we are not giving any of the single penny to them, we are grabbing all the money from their hand, then it can be a financial abuse, financial or material abuse. Then sexual abuse, even in the old age, many of the people, it is very sad to tell or to discuss that till in our Kerala itself, we can see many of the sexual abuse case against menopause women, or against this old age people, like even men or female, many of them are getting sexually even abused by some people. Then neglect, like always, this is one of the best form of abuse against old age which we can tell. Even in some of our families, very pathetically we can tell that it happens. Sometimes even we neglect them, because we just think they are old age, they just need 3 time food and medicine, they don't want any new dress, they don't want any new product, there is no need for us to take care of their skin, there is no need for us to take care of their nutritious aspect, there is no need for us to make them happy, there is no need to sleep with them, there is no need to talk with them, such type of things. So we just neglect them, just we give food, medicine, that's all. So it should not be happen. These are some of the various types of elderly abuse: physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, financial abuse, and even neglect. So these are some of the forms of elderly abuse. And let us discuss some of the challenges which they go through in the old age. So old age population, some of the challenges. First challenge is non-communicable disease, as we all know. See, communicable disease burden has reduced a lot. Now it's a time of non-communicable disease, especially in old age, because age is one of the best or the main factor which can lead to various non-communicable diseases. Like for example, heart disease, overweight, cancer, or diabetes mellitus. So all this type of non-communicable diseases we can see especially in the old age. So that is one of their challenge. Many of the majority of the old age, they suffer from diabetes, either from hypertension or from any of the cardiac disease, otherwise menopause related problems, or related obesity, or anemia, due to very skinny body they have anemia. All those things are some of the non-communicable disease. The next challenge is life with the disabilities. Many of the old age people, they lay back to disabilities such as they may have lost their eyesight, so blindness, so it may be because of cataract, then otherwise deafness, or inability, they will not be able to move, there will be lack of muscles, or muscular the wasting of muscles, or bedridden, they can be bedridden, they can be because of spinal problem, they will not be able to move, they cannot able to do their daily activities. So for for even for ADL, activities of daily living, even for ADL they need the support of others. So this type of disabilities in the life, it is also one of the challenge the old age faces. Next is maltreatment. So maltreatment means especially like we know that especially if we are not giving respect towards the dignity of the old age, or if we are physically restraining them, like if they really walk out from the room, we used to, some people, they used to tie their leg towards the bed, they used to tie their hand towards the bed. So such type of physical restraints. Otherwise we never provide them good dress every day, we never took a bath to them. If they are not able to take bath, we have to provide daily bath and we have to change their dress. But sometimes it never happens. The same ruined dress they may be using for a long time, they have physical restraints. So these are some of the cases which we can really see. Sometimes even pressure ulcers used to come in the old age people, because the bed linen or the bed, it is not taken care properly, wrinkle free bed are not provided for old age. So this is some form of maltreatment. If you are not treating them properly, if you are without giving any dignity towards the old age, so this maltreatment is also one of the challenge which old age really faces. Next is long-term care. It's a need of the hour. So really we all know the old age people, they are unable to perform self-care need by themselves. They will not be able to brush their mouth properly, they will not be take bath by themselves. Even for latrine also they need the support of others. So this type of the increasing elderly population needs extended care centers or hospitals and adequate healthcare professionals. So if both the members are working in the family, they should arrange a person to take care of their old age. It is one of the need of the hour. ഇന്നത്തെ ആധുനിക യുഗത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ അച്ഛനമ്മമാരെ നോക്കാൻ ടൈം ഇല്ല എന്നൊരവസ്ഥ വന്നാൽ, രണ്ടുപേരും ജോലി എടുക്കണം എന്നൊരവസ്ഥയിലോട്ടാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഫിനാൻഷ്യൽ കാര്യങ്ങൾ മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് എങ്കിൽ ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും നമ്മൾ അവരെ നെഗ്ലക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുകയല്ല വേണ്ടത്. അവരെ നോക്കാനായിട്ടൊരു ഹോം നേഴ്സിനെ അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യുക, വീട്ടിൽ തന്നെ അവർക്ക് വേണ്ട സൗകര്യങ്ങൾ ഒരുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ആത്യന്തികമായ ഒരു റൈറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കണം. വി ഹാവ് ടു ഡു ദിസ് ഡ്യൂട്ടി ടുവേഴ്സ് ദം, because it is their responsibility, it is their right to get such type of care, such type of long-term care for our old age category. Then the number of people with dementia is getting raised day by day. So dementia is also one of the high risk which we can see in old age. Then old age people are vulnerable during the disasters. If any of the natural calamities or disaster happens, like example earthquake or flood or cyclone, gas leak, fire, anything happens, because they are really weak, they cannot even run or jump or escape by themselves. So old age people should be taken care much seriously. Even in this corona period, we all know that in the abroad countries also, like the old age homes, they are mostly affected, because see, they are not able to take care of themselves. So they should be much more protected from all this infectious diseases or from any of the disaster, either it is medical disaster or natural disaster. So they should have much more importance than others. So some of the importance, there is no need for me to discuss regarding the importance of senior citizen, because as you people getting into adult period, you all very well know about senior citizens. Why they are much important? Because they have life experience which can really teach many things to us. They can be helpful in guiding us on how to conduct others, like how we can maintain our self-respect, how we can maintain our self-dignity, our self-discipline. They really make our environment joyful. If you have been to a joint family, you will really miss them after their death. I am very sure about it, because as a person, I belonged to a joint family. So during that time, like after the grandparents' death, really we will feel the loneliness. There is nobody for us to talk or to smile. Their way of advice is different, and our parents' advice is different. Their way of caring is different. The love, their touch, they don't want anything in the old age other than we have to sit with them, we have to talk with them, we have to spend time with them. Our passionate touch or our lovable touch is more than enough for them. So we have learned the lessons of humanity from them. They have fun companions. They know things we would never guess unless we ask. So they really know. Maybe they don't know how to operate an Android phone, but there are so many things which they know very clearly in their life, but we don't know how to handle that situation. So unless you don't talk to them, how can you know such type of solutions? So they are really worth for our society. So there are various welfare programs for senior citizens which is given by our Indian government. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is the nodal ministry responsible for the welfare of the senior citizens. So which is the nodal ministry responsible for senior citizen? Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, they really work for the welfare of senior citizens, that is old age. It has announced a national policy on older persons covering all the concerns pertaining to the welfare of old age people. Like first one of them is Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act. By 2007 it has been enacted and it has been introduced in December 2007 to promote need-based maintenance for parents and senior citizens. So this act, it really provides the maintenance of parents and senior citizens by children or relatives made obligatory. They have to take care of their old age parents. We cannot throw old age parents anywhere else, and you have to face the law if you do like that. Then justifiable through court reversal or transfer of property by senior citizens in case of negligence by relatives. So like if the relatives are not taking care, really they can take back all the wealth what they have made, so that the next generation will not get any of the ancestor property. That is also one form of protection or welfare they provide through under this. Then next is penalization in case of abandonment of senior citizens. So if we have done anything illegal towards the old age people, you have to really face the laws, and you will be put in jail, and even punishment offense. If you do like that, you will be really have to pay for that. Then establishment of old age homes for senior citizens, but still there are some conditions, like maybe they don't have children, they don't have, their children may have died. So in such type of situation, even the old age, they have to be to the old age homes. So for that, government has set up various old age homes also, and special medical facilities also has been provided for the senior citizen. Next is the National Program for Health Care for Elderly, NPHCE, National Program for Health Care for Elderly. It has been implemented by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the year 2010-11, and they have been allotted with much financial amount also during the period of 11th 5-year plan. So during the 11th 5-year plan, they have given much importance for the elderly care, and the ministry also consider the senior citizens like separate queues are maintained for old age people in the government hospitals, and special geriatric clinic, that means old age clinic, in several government hospitals. Not only this, they have a travel plan also, like while traveling, reservation. We can see even in the bus also 2 seats are reserved for senior citizens, even in the transport bus. And in some state, there is special concession given for the senior citizen above 60 years old. There is no need to pay the same exact fare. They have much more concessions while traveling. And even the Indian Railway, they really provide 30% of fare concession for the senior citizens, those who are above 60 years. And wheelchair, special wheelchair facilities and special queue or ramp for wheelchair is available in some of the important stations. There is a provision of coaches for wheelchair. There are some coaches designed for wheelchair, the space and the handrails, and specially designed toilet for handicapped people. And even the Air India, they really provide 60 plus individuals with offers, discount offers for the long flights, because many of their children are in abroad. So by considering that, Air India has really provided discounts for senior citizens in order to fly to their various parts of the world. Then under the Antyodaya scheme, the below poverty line family, the old age people, they are issued with various food grains at a cheap rate. That means around 35 kg of food grains per month one family will get if they have an old age, and at a very reasonable rate, very low rate, 3 rupees per rice and 2 rupees per wheat. So if you have an old age at your home, you never think they are a burden to them. They are really a liberty for them. Such type of grains you will be getting. So below poverty line family cannot tell that old age people are a burden to them, because the government is supporting them that much. So it is one of the scheme like Antyodaya scheme. Even many of this type of schemes we are unaware of. So this scheme is especially for BPL families. Then income tax exemptions. The tax exemptions is provided to the senior citizens by the Ministry of Finance. Income tax exemption for senior citizens of 60 years above and above up to 2.5 lakh per annum. So if a old age person who is having 2.5 lakh of income per annum, there is no need for them to pay any tax. So income tax exemption is given for old age. If they are above 80 years up to 5 lakh, there is no need for to pay any tax. Then pensional portals. So there are special portals which has been set up by the Department of Pension or the Government of India to assist the senior citizen to get information regarding the status of their application, the amount of their pension, the document requirements. This portal accepts the grievances from old age also. Like old age portals are specially designed for old age people so that their application, their pension papers, everything can be moved very fastly. So this is all about the old age abuse and the old age right what they really get, and how the government protect the old age through various government policies. Now let us discuss one more social issue which can really affect the health or development of the individual and the family. That is commercial sex workers. We all have heard about commercial sex workers. Commercial sex means it's the act of sexual intercourse in exchange for money. In many of the metropolitan cities or in some of the special cities and states, we have heard about commercial sex workers. So even the HIV prevalence is also around 12 times higher among the sexual workers than among the general population. So some of the key elements that had contributed to this increased prevalence are stigma and discrimination, violence and punitive legal and social environment. Because see, they are doing that for their livelihood. They earn money from that. So really the question is, we cannot tell them or we cannot health educate them by avoiding that. We have to tell them regarding the use of condoms. We have to really remove the stigma from them. Like if they suffer with any of the infection, they have to come out and they have to report to the health sector, and they have to take the treatment as early as possible. And even the violence against them. If we are known to have a sexual worker in the community, there is no need to isolate them. There is no need to do any violence against his or her. The only way what we can do is we have to make them to come into the society, and if they have any issues, they have to discuss with the society, and they have to take care of their health as well as the customers, those who are coming to them. Because since it is their occupation, they will put their customers also at the risk of STD and even HIV infection. So there are various type of prostitutions, like street prostitutions are there. Like examples I am telling: bar dancers, call girls, religious prostitutes, escort girls we used to hear in metro cities, and roadside brothel, and even especially in abroad countries, and child prostitutions. So these are the various forms of commercial sex workers or the various types of prostitutions. So let us discuss some of the factors influencing the increased HIV prevalence among sex workers. One is discrimination, as I have told. The significant legal and institutional discrimination shown on sexual workers put them in great struggle to meet their own health and well-being. As I have told, we used to do discrimination. Since they are doing this job, the other part of the society, they just look to them through the evil eyes. So they never adjust with them, they never cooperate with them. If they really ask something also, we never even give the correct information to them. The health service providers do not want to provide services to health sex workers. Law enforcement officials like police most often violate the human rights of sex workers. Even we can see through some of the movies or through news, we can see that even in the police station or through even the police also, they never treat sometimes the sex workers by knowing their rights. So like the lack of programs and even funding, there is no special program for them, there is no special funding for them. So these are some of the discriminatory factors why the HIV is getting more among sex workers. So some of the facilities what is provided for them is only about 1/3 of countries are able to provide health related programs for sex workers to reduce the risk of HIV and STDs. The quality and reach of these programs may differ. In rest of the countries, the sex workers are supposing to make agreement to obtain services through general healthcare settings. So this arrangement is really one of the question of discrimination or status, as I have told. If they want to go to the common place where others are going, they will not go, because they know that others will really avoid them or others will really discriminate them. So only few countries they have special health sectors for commercial sex workers, whereas the sex workers feel that these service areas will not welcome them, they will not go outside. This is what is happening in India. The fear to move out for treatment. As I have told, the sex workers, they will not go outside because they have the threat of the public. They really get afraid of public, whether they will get attacked by the public. So if some, because the death or the life ending part of sexual workers or commercial sex workers is really a pathetic scene, because most of them, they die due to severe infections or chronic infections, especially related to sexually transmitted diseases or HIV, because they don't want to get to treatment. They are afraid of the public, they don't want to come out even for the treatment. So the WHO has given some of the new guidelines. One is prevent discriminationalization of sex workers. We should not discriminate them. We should avoid such type of discrimination towards sex worker. Even if it is a sex worker or if it is a normal person, once they come to a health sector, they should get the proper health services. Improve access to health services for sex workers, interventions to empower sex workers, and correct and consistent condom use. That's why government is giving this free of cost, so that at least they should not transmit any of their disease to others. Use of condom is much more emphasized by WHO. So this commercial sex working, this is also one of the social issue which can really affect the health of an individual and family. The last or one of the last topic under this social issues which is affecting one person itself and the family is substance abuse, as we all know. I am very sure you all have studied about substance abuse also in the psychiatry or in your mental health in the BSc third year. So the substance of alcohol and other psychoactive substances has been widely prevalent in all levels of society, even among the high class people, even among the middle class people, even among the below poverty line also. All levels of society, they use such type of substances like either alcohol or any of the psychoactive substances. The substance abuse is the misuse of specific substances to alter the mood or behavior. So it can be either drug or it can be alcohol. Any of these things can be used, because substance means it is defined as same prescribed drug or an illegal drug or a substance used in an unintended manner to promote or to produce mood or mind altering effect. That means it can be an inhalant, it can be any glue, it can be any steroid medicine, it can be an alcohol, anything, any substance which is used in order to alter the mood or mindset of a person. That is known as a substance abuse. The drug users most often consume different drugs at a time, like alcohol, barbiturates, opioids, tranquilizers, etc. Even injectable also. So in HIV also we have studied under that, especially the HIV and the sexually transmitted diseases people or the hepatitis, they all are highly spread through this injectables, or this is very common among the substance abuse people. So the people, those who are so especially those people will move to such type of HIV infections, hepatitis B. So high risk is seen among them because of the substance abuse. So what is the role of nurse or health education by community health nurse? What we can do for them? So instruct the patient and family about adverse physiological and psychological effect of substance use, and we have to discuss the health maintenance practices to minimize the potential effect of substance use. So we have to tell them to take a good diet. We cannot tell them to full stop it in one day. It may also lead to side effect. So we have to gradually make them to have a withdrawal from that, otherwise they will show withdrawal symptoms. So gradually, like it will take even months or years. It will take even months or years to bring back them to a normal life. So such type of rehabilitation should be given to them. Along with that, we should advise them to take proper diet, balanced diet, so that their immunity should be boosted up by the body. Explain the potential for risk of injury and risk taking behaviors. So they will become very aggressive. The people, those who are having the substance abuse, we can see that they become very aggressive for small matters. Sometimes they have depression, sometimes they have hallucination. So the mood change or the mood variation is much. So they have risk behaviors. Maybe they will harm themselves, or they will injure others, they will harm others. Reinforce the need for aftercare groups and activities. And for general information and support, consult some agencies that run related, especially for rehabilitative services. So there are special voluntary centers or special self-help groups, or there are various private voluntary agencies which really help for the rehabilitation of such type of people, those who are under substance abuse. So these are all the things what as a nurse we can do for them. So we have to give them the idea regarding that, we have to give them the correct information regarding that, we have to advise them to take very good food for their good immune system, and a gradual withdrawal from the bad habit also should be advised. So these are some of the things as a community health nurse we can do. So in this particular unit, we have covered one particular main topic, that is the social issues. How to sensitize and handle the social issues which really affect the growth and development of self and the family. So which are the, we have discussed a few social issues like women abuse, child abuse, old age abuse. Regarding women empowerment we have discussed, regarding substance abuse we have discussed, regarding female feticide we have discussed. So these all are some of the social issues which can really affect the health and development of a individual and a family. So from in the next class onwards, we will be moving into the next topic under this particular unit. I hope you all are following me. Many of these things are not available in the K-Park. So you can just read and write down the important things. Whatever headings you get, the important highlight things, you can just write in your copy notes. Thank you, students.